Saratoga County. It's one of the most treasured places in New York State. It is also one of the fastest growing. Major growth has brought major changes, congested traffic, and altered landscapes. Suburban sprawl encroaches on open space and historic sites. Strip malls occupy farmland. Economic development is vital to our community, but how do we keep it from threatening our quality of life? How can we help offset unplanned growth? Saratoga P.L.A.N. has combined the assets of the former open space project of Saratoga Springs and the land trust of the Saratoga region. P.L.A.N. stands for Preserving Land and Nature.
Saratoga P.L.A.N. is an organization now that represents the interests of communities and individuals, families, children, bikers, hikers, farmers, who all have an interest in the long run in preserving and enhancing the open space resources of our region.
Saratoga P.L.A.N. is an organization dedicated to the preservation of land in its natural state, whether it's open space, forest lands, agricultural lands, lands that are appreciated by people and hopefully will be appreciated in future generations.
We hope to be able to offer good quality planning services, to offer educational programs to planning boards and zoning boards and town supervisors. In addition to that, we want to be able to offer services to property owners. To protect rural areas, to look at wetlands and our rivers.
Conservation easements protect property from development. Saratoga P.L.A.N. now holds an easement on the land owned by the Bruchac family, home to the Indakina Wilderness Project.
Our land has been in our family for multiple generations, and it was formerly a family farm and was eventually allowed to grow back under my grandfather.
It encompasses about 75 acres of land. It is a wonderful preserve of a combination of forest uplands with fields.
The land originally came through my grandmother's family. My grandmother's family is a mix of English and Abenaki Indian descent.
Marion Bruchac had a vision back in 1990 and 91 that she wanted to have her land preserved in its natural state.
The land is now home to the Indakina Wilderness Project, an environmental awareness program that benefits people of all ages.
My grandmother was very happy that my brother and I were actually teaching people of all ages about nature.
These are partridge berries.
One thing we try to do, especially with kids, is let them know that the wilderness isn't a place they should be scared of. It really can be a place of wonder. When they come to understand something and see it in that way and see all of the connections that they have with nature, they themselves, I think, have a much higher chance of wanting to preserve it as they get older.
Saratoga P.L.A.N. will develop and maintain bike trails and urban parks like Railroad Run.
When we were working to develop an open space plan for the city, we came up with what was going to be a major bicycle trail for Saratoga Springs. There was a short spur of a railroad right-of-way. We knew that if we could begin to develop that as an off-road trail, it would be the beginning of what might become over time a longer trail. We had to have the city involved because they were the ones who received the monies from the grant that we were able to write. We had the Urban Cultural Park involved because they were neighbors to the trail. We had to have the neighbors on either side of the trail involved, and with numerous volunteers helping to support and utilize the trail.
Great effort to put in wildflowers all along the run as well as bulbs, and they need to be rejuvenated.
We began with a small spur and now have worked with the YMCA of Saratoga Springs to acquire their new Y site, And the trail will continue through that YMCA site, so kids will be able to use this trail to bicycle to the new YMCA when it's built. And then there will be a connection into the state park and continue as part of a larger trail system.
I really enjoy the fact that there is a sense of community, that people are taking pride in the ownership of Railroad Run. I'm excited to be involved with Saratoga P.L.A.N. I think what they're doing is terrific.